What's up, YouTube? Starnes built. I got a project for you guys that I've been working on that I haven't filmed, unfortunately. If you watch some of my other videos, you've heard me make mention that I've had a major project going on, and I'm so sorry that I have not filmed this for you because this thing is an absolute beast and it is awesome. So what are we looking at here? So the chassis, it's a TaoTao ATK125. So originally it had 125cc 3-speed semi-automatic with reverse. That's it. Dude I bought it from said it ran, but I knew right off the bat I wasn't going to be messing with that engine. That's for another project. So a little bit of backstory. I bought this from a guy, and this thing had been sitting for, dude forgot how long it had been sitting. It was probably 8 inches into the ground. It was bad. So anyway, I bought this go-kart. I bought the Honda GX390. I got a GX340, GX200, a GX160, and an old Greyhound 212, which is what Harbor Freight used to sell before the Predators. I got all that for $250. So I got a screamer, and I knew it was going to be fun. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and stop you guys here. I got some videos of the night that I brought it home. I'm going to go ahead and post those now. So y'all take a look at those, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so you can see, she looked kind of rough. So first thing I did was I went and cleaned it up, all that fun stuff, and then I just immediately just started tearing the thing apart. And this is the meat and potatoes of the project. Honda GX390. Just some basic mods on it. Dropped the governor, beefed up the valve springs, port and polish, decked the head about 15 thou, 34 mil Mikuni with a custom tuned intake manifold to produce peak torque at about 5,000 RPM. There's a calculator for that, guys, by the way. It's on, it's just Google it, you'll find it. Custom built exhaust. The exhaust itself, it's made out of an 1.25 OD bathroom handrail. I make all my exhaust out of that just because it's already got a nice mandrel bent. It's stainless steel. Yeah, and I have pictures of the build process on this. I may do a voiceover and show you how I built my exhaust. Anyway, moving on. 40 series torque converter is an eBay one. It works pretty good, actually. Once you go in there and put dry lube on stuff, and yeah, these work well, but you're gonna have to do a little bit of work to them. You've got to take them apart and you got to put dry lube in there, or this part will stick. Ask me how I know. Anyway, so the whole engine mount assembly, I would say is more of like a carriage, okay? The carriage, this piece, all this, where the engine's mounted, slides on these, I don't know, these bars right here. And I don't know if, did I mention the all thread? See the piece of all thread runs through there? So you come to this side, I take my impact driver and I just run this either in or out, depending on my chain tension. That's the whole reason for that carriage, is for the chain tension, and everything mounted to that carriage moves as one unit. So that's how I did that. Now this axle in the back here, keep in mind this is a Chinese buggy, so everything on it's metric. So finding stuff, that works with this axle, it's a pain in the butt, because first and foremost, this axle is not keyed. It's got splines on it, only in 2 places, right here and right here. That's all you get. So you gotta have to make do, and I didn't want to have to spend the money on a whole new axle assembly to go across here. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna use what I got. So I got a 62 sprocket and just welded it to the factory hub, I guess you would say, the sprocket hub. You see it right down there, and it works good. It does exactly what I need it to do. So, and of course I braced it up back here, got all this stuff back here. It's all what I put on there. Aluminum gas tank, I actually got from the same guy that I got this go-kart motor from. So that's how that works. And you know, I have pictures on the carriage assembly and how I built that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut you guys right now. You know, let y'all check out the pictures, and we'll be right back. All right, guys. So, what'd you think? Over-engineered for something simple? I don't know. That's typically what I do. Over-engineer stuff to the point where it becomes so complicated. Uh, anyway, so let's move on. So I guess the most important thing that I had to do was this. I mean, everything under the steering. The steering was just completely seized up. I mean, all the ball joints. I mean, literally everything was just seized up. Let me take this off here so you can see without breaking it. I built a new steering column. I just used some 5/8 bearings from a lawnmower and just, you know, welded my own piece of tube on here. So I actually have bearings up here now instead of bushings. There used to be bushings up here, which, yeah. Steering wheel from like a 68, 69 Chevrolet Corvette. My dad donated it to my project. Thanks, Pops. I appreciate you. I had to rebuild the brake master cylinder. It actually wasn't too bad a shape. I mean, just from, you know, apart from the fact that it was seized up and, you know, of course, the obvious things. This is new. I had to replace that. It was cracked and weathered. And, yeah, so, you know, brakes were good, actually. You know, nice hydraulic brakes. Both sides of the front. And then one big hydro in the back with emergency brake, which I like. Right here. Helps me do some drifting. Not that I need help from the brakes. All I gotta do is cut the wheel and stab it, and boy, it takes off. But yeah, I mean, that's, oh, in my rear view. It's from a BMW. I just welded a bracket on here. So, because I wanted to see what was going on behind me. But, I mean, that's it, guys. You know, that's my beast. And, you know, let me take the opportunity to apologize for bringing you in at this point in this project. I should have been making videos on this all along. I know people are into this stuff. I certainly am. My kids freaking love this thing. But yeah, I'm sorry I'm bringing you in now. I figure I'd go ahead and bring you in now. And anything else that I do moving forward to this thing, I'll bring you along for the journey. So what is that going to be? So I bent an axle, by the way. I bent this side. Not really sure how. I mean, I kind of expected for stuff to start breaking just because this motor is so beastly. So I bent this axle, took it all apart, put it in my press, pressed it back. I mean, you know, it's still, I mean, slightly wobbly, but it's, you know, it's definitely manageable. So the next project I'm doing on this is I'm putting another bearing out here, making my own bearing hanger, and I'm gonna make like a, you know, you've probably seen this on Redbeard's garage. He's done this a couple times. Make like a, like an A-arm that goes out here that's fixed, and I'm gonna end up with 4 axle bearings on this. And the axle bearings I'm using are from a Yerf Dog spider box, because they use a Chinese axle, and this is 25 millimeter. So that was the only way I was able to find a axle bearing, and 25 millimeter was looking for a Yerf Dog. So yeah, that's the next move on this thing. I'm not riding it again until I get those bearings on there, because I don't want to have to press that axle back into shape. That was a pain in the ass. So, but guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it wasn't me just rambling about nothing. You know, if you feel like me, you guys love go-karts. This thing is fun. I mean, it's beyond a go-kart at this point. It's a buggy. I mean, it's fast, it's powerful, it drifts like no other, and it's fun. So, but guys, I'm going to bid you adieu and say thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already, please help me out with a subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. I'm almost there. I'm like 30 away. So please help me out with that. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. If you see anything on here, or have any suggestions, thoughts, problems, concerns, leave them in the comments. All comments welcome. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and cut out. And I'll see you on the next move.